But we've got one man here, Angela Henri Tusi, joining us all the way from the United Kingdom, that's England over there, and just to analyze this game. Thank you so much for joining us on the show, Henri Tusi.
Thank you very much for having me.
Angela, it's great to see that we get to talk about the game that everyone will be expecting to see the results for today, and that should be the Gunners up against the Red Devils. So, Arsenal only lost in the Premier League this season was from Manchester United. Do you see today's encounter as a title decider?
Well, not really, but one interesting thing about this match is these two teams in the last 5 games are currently unbeaten, with Arsenal winning 4 games and just drawing 1 to Newcastle, and Manchester United winning their last 4 games and just drawing the last recent game against Crystal Palace. So I think this is actually going to be a deciding moment for the Premier League. It's a moment whereby Manchester United can throw themselves into the conversation as putting in their own boots in that title race challenge, because we know at some particular points when the season started, just before the World Cup, it seems United did not have their house in order. You know how they started the season, losing to Brentford, losing to Brighton, and then after the post-World Cup period, they've been flying on I can say on all cylinders. If you understand, you watch the Premier League very well. If you look at the match between Manchester City, it was a game where a lot of people gave City the win, but they came out. They won that game 2-1. Albeit there was some, can say some questionable calls, but a win is a win, and you can't argue about that. But this game is a match that Arsenal have to undo the first leg beating by Manchester United. They lost that game 3-1 at Old Trafford. It was a game where Arsenal got the first goal, and Manchester United were able to come back from that one. They won that game 3-1. And this is a match that for Arsenal, if they can win it, they keep the gap between them and Manchester City very far. And after this Manchester United match, Arsenal will play City. So I think for Arsenal, this is a do or die affair. It's a game whereby they have to win to make sure that the gap between them and City is still at least 2 games or 3 games. Three games. They are keeping 3 games behind ahead of City. That is, the point margin does not close. If they lose this game to Manchester United, it might just throw them off their game, and then you now bring in the likes of Manchester City, you bring in the likes of Manchester United into the run for the Premier League. And this season, I think it's Arsenal's to win. When you look at what City have been doing, they've not been flying on all cylinders. You mentioned Liverpool and Chelsea. A lot of people thought those are the teams that will be in the Champions League position, but they are nowhere there. So I think for Arsenal and Manchester United, it is a very, very important game. For Arsenal, this is a match whereby they can use to show the entire of England and also the Premier League that this is their season. I can liken the season to 2015, where Leicester City won it, where Arsenal were close. They were close contenders. They finished second in that season, but they lost some games. And it is in games like this that Arsenal have to prove that they have it in them. They are a championship winning team, and Arteta has a lot to prove. For Ten Hag, I think if they can get a win, if they can beat Arsenal, they will be the only team at this particular moment in the Premier League that have done the double over Arsenal.
Okay, I would like to know, excuse my question right now, Angela, what team do you support in the English Premier League?
Okay, well, I'm an Arsenal fan.
I know you're an Arsenal fan. Your response right now shows that you're an Arsenal fan. But I must tell you that Jamie Carragher did say that the outcome of today would tell us about Arsenal's chance of going the distance, not United. So it's not a test on United. He further says that United are improving, and of course it's an obvious fact that they are improving, but they are not championship material yet. Do you also think so?
Well, not really. When you look at the kind of players at Manchester United, they have Rafael Varane, they have Casemiro, they just brought in over this summer transfer window. You have the likes of Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, howbeit is not playing. There's Anthony Martial. You look at Bruno Fernandes, Christian Eriksen, Lisandro Martinez, a World Cup winner. There's Luke Shaw, I think one of the best left backs, English left backs. There's Diogo Dalot. They have a star-studded team. You look at David De Gea, one of the best goalkeepers we've seen in the English Premier League. So saying Manchester United is not in for the Premier League, I think you are trying to downplay the history of Manchester United. This is a team that every season that starts, they are going for it to win it. You ask any Manchester United fan, do you think United can win the Premier League this season? They will tell you yes. So I think a lot of people will say yes, it's Arsenal's to lose. But if Manchester United win this game, believe you me, they will start saying they can't win the title because City are not at their best, Liverpool are not at their best, Chelsea are not at their best.
All right, one for the brother there. So what's your prediction for the game today?
Well, I'll have to give it to Arsenal because the first leg I felt Arsenal was robbed.
Okay.
The first goal Arsenal scored in that match against Manchester United, that they said Eriksen was fouled, and then
Okay.
United went on to that.
Okay, we wait and see if
So
your
it was Arsenal. I think
prediction.
it's
We
going to
wait.
be a fairly contested match, similarly to the one with 2-1.